time for a strain review. Today we're doing lemon kush, so let's go right into it. This is one of the plants that I harvested recently. I did it for an outdoor grow and it just turned out super fantastic. I did two different plants and I mixed the two phenols together in a jar, which I know is maybe frowned upon if you're plugged in it or something like that, but you know what? For personal use or for sharing with friends and family, perfectly fine, does not really matter. Same cultivar, same genetics. Whatever. I don't need to defend myself. They're in the same jar. Let's get into the specifics of the strain and why I honestly enjoy this strain so much and why I keep going back to it. If you guys look at my video log, you guys can go look back and see how many times I have grown lemon kush, what I have stressed it to, what I have put it through, how much I have grown of the lemon kush. It is kind of astounding. I think I've grown lemon kush more than I've grown any other cultivar. So with that being said, let's get into the script and let's actually get into what makes it what it is. So the lemon kush is a sativa dominant strain. It is very heavy in lemon scent and taste, probably where it gets its name. However, when it comes to the lemon kush, there is very little to be sour about. With very heavy notes of lemon terps, the strain or cultivar is one of the best choices for a focused, high energy, high creativity kind of, high. So if you're looking for that kind of high energy, high focus, you really want to tune into your work, this is a strain I would personally recommend. Growing this cultivar is an easy road to plenty of mistakes and experience to be had when it comes to this plant being so robust and resilient and genuinely easy to grow. It is very hard to mess up growing the lemon kush plant. It is a very vanilla, very beginner kind of strain that does give you a high quality product at the end that you can be proud of and can show off to your friends and your family and your followers. Being a sativa dominant hybrid cultivar, I do have to address the bud structure because it is very unique when it comes to sativa dominant, because most of the time it's not going to be very airy structure. I've grown this cultivar many times starting from seed a couple of different times, so I kind of have a good grasp of how these genetics will turn out. I grow this plant, it is a consistent, large, dense bud that is going to be very heavy. So if you're looking for a high weight, very thick bud, very pungent in the smell, and it smells fruity and great, this is definitely a strain I would recommend. Other thing, when it comes to the growing aspect, this plant will also stretch. It will get very tall very quickly. One thing you're going to want to look out for, especially for beginners who maybe don't have experience growing large plants, you're going to want to make sure that you anticipate the stretch to be like 3 times the size the plant is, because I remember putting my plants in at like 2.5 feet tall and then they ended up growing over my head. They ended up growing like 6.5 feet. They were very, very tall by the end of their stretching period. But other than that, when it comes to the bud structure, it's fantastic. I give it a solid 7 out of 10. When it comes to the flavor and smell, I'll give it a 8, and I think I'm only going to give it an 8 just because it is there, it is very apparent. It's just that I have smoked so much lemon kush that I'm kind of getting tired of it, but I still really enjoy it every time I roll up a lemon kush joint. Now, when it comes to the actual growing of the lemon kush, I have never had a bad experience, yet I don't feel like I can give it a 10 simply because there is the inconvenience of it getting really tall, bud structure being a very large, dense bud. It has a high risk for bud rot, so those are things you're going to want to look out for and really be cautious of when you're growing this plant, because it is a good beginner strain, but as a beginner even, you're going to need to stay vigilant. You're going to need to keep your environment to a T. It has to be great. It has to be great. It doesn't have to be perfect. It has to be great. So keep an eye on those things. But if you guys are looking for growing equipment, I am an affiliate with Spider Farmer. They are a fantastic company. They have grow lights, grow kits, and all that sort of stuff. You can find them in the link in the description below. I got a promo code, save a little bit of money at checkout, and also support the channel. But with that, I will see you guys next time. Thank you very much.